Today I'm going to teach you the 5 steps to handling haters and unsupportive friends. For all the best advice and tools and tips and tricks, please check out my YouTube channel. I have a new video every single Thursday. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Tess Brigham, licensed psychotherapist and board certified coach. And let's get started. All right, just like Taylor Swift says, haters gonna hate, right? Nobody enjoys getting hate from anybody. We know that's a universal truth. And it is really hard to hear people's criticisms of us. I personally can't stand it. I hide from a lot of this stuff myself because it's really hard. We put our heart and soul into things, we put it out there into the world, and then to have someone completely, dismiss it and move on is very, very difficult. So I know that it's hard to have to deal with haters, and it's really hard when these haters can be some of our friends. So today I want to talk about the 5 steps to handling haters, and then for each step I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can handle if it's an unsupportive friend, because there is a big difference between dealing with some anonymous person on the web and someone that's in your world and orbit that you really love and care about. All right, let's get started. Number 1 is the first thing to do with haters is try to understand why they're hating in the first place. And what this means is it's about practicing empathy. I talk about this in my other videos, but it's a really important tool as a way of dealing with people that are critical or we feel judge us, is to practice empathy with them. It's about being able to say, what could it be like for this hater right now? Somebody who is, this hater is hating on me because they feel down about their own lives, because they feel lonely. They're criticizing my pictures because they don't have the life that they want. They're criticizing because they feel sad, that they're depressed, that they don't know how to express their feelings. It's about being able to be empathetic and put ourselves in someone else's shoes and to be able to understand and see, why would someone send something like this? That person must be feeling really, really low. What happens is it instantly humanizes that other person, and suddenly this anonymous hater is someone that you can relate to and understand. And if it's a friend, I think it's the exact same thing, which is trying to understand what's going on with my friend right now. If suddenly they're criticizing me all the time, or I'm getting a lot of anger and hate, it's really trying to understand what's going on with my friend right now that they might be treating me like this. Okay, number 2 is shower the person with love. I know this sounds a little bizarre. Much like empathy, it's about being able to say, I can hate you back, I can criticize you back, I can yell and scream and be mad and feel bad. Or I can see you as another human being and send lots of love your way. I know it sounds a little bizarre, but it actually really works. Try it. And it's the same thing with your friends. If you have a friend who has been criticizing you, if you're struggling with that right now, send your friend lots of love. Think about them. Think about them being successful. Think about them being happy. Really try to send all of your love. These 2 things together, the empathy and the showering with love, what you're seeing is instantly you're going from a place of anger and shame and blame and all these other places to a place of love and compassion and caring. And when we're in those kinds of emotions, we're happier, we're healthier, and we're in a better mindset. All right, number 3, don't be a hater yourself. That means don't yell back, don't criticize back, don't get into a Twitter war with the person. It's not worth it. Now, all of that anger and all of that hate that they're heaping towards you, you are taking that in, you are feeling it, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. You don't want that. You really don't. So it's the same for your friend, right? If your friend's heaping a bunch of criticism on you and it feels like they're hating on you, it's easy to want to just instantly go, ooh, I'm going to get back at you. I'm going to say this mean, nasty thing. And I know you really well, so I'm going to say this thing to you. Don't do it. Don't get into the war. It is not worth it. Because that comes to step 4. It's really about figuring out, what can I learn from this experience? What can I take from this? Sometimes if it's an anonymous hater that just saying a few things on your Instagram or Twitter or wherever this is happening, that's fine. Let them criticize, just move on, keep going. But sometimes There is really great feedback inside what feels like, a hater or just anger. There's something really good in there. And a lot of times, if you can take a step back and say, okay, I don't like the delivery, I don't like the way this person messaged this to me, but there is something in here I need to hear, that's really, really important. And take that out. Because if you don't stop and try to figure out what you can learn from this, or what maybe people have feedback about, you're never going to get the feedback, and you're never going to grow, and you're never going to change. And the thing is about friends, if you have an unsupportive friend, my guess is that this friend, if you feel like you don't like the way their message is being delivered, it might be that they have really good feedback to give you. They just might not be a great communicator. This happens a lot. Some people have great ideas, they just don't know how to communicate them very well. And it takes thought and time to really think about a good way of giving someone really good, positive, constructive feedback. And that takes time and energy. And some people, they just don't have the skills or ability to do it. So if you think this is your friend, then it's really about going to them and having a conversation with them about, hey, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your feedback. It's just that, can you give it to me like this? Or can we talk about how to do this differently? Because when you communicate with me from like this or like that, it makes me feel bad about myself, or it makes me shut off, right? Get honest with your friend. And then the last one is this, number 5, which is try to replace all of that hate with lots of love for yourself. This is the thing about negative thoughts and negative feedback. We tend to take in the negative so much more deeper, more significantly than the positive. And it's incredibly difficult, right? 100 people come and see something that you do and say, oh my God, I love it. And then one person says, oh, I hate it, right? And all we think about is that one person. Well, why does that person hate it? And what are they thinking? And oh my God, if I did, right? We get so caught up in the negativity, in the hate, in the criticism, that we don't enjoy the positive. We don't enjoy and put a lot of that love back on ourselves. If you've put something out into the world and it's getting criticism, then it's really about you saying, you know what, I did this. This was hard. This was difficult. And I've got to replace that with love for myself, right? Because it's really about, if all you're thinking about and all you're taking in is anger and hate, then it's just that's what's gonna happen in your head. It's gonna multiply in your head, right? All those thoughts. You want to focus on the positive. All right. So when it comes to unsupportive friends, this one is really important, because this is a time in which you want to take a step back and say, okay, I've understood my friend. I've tried to see it from their place. I've tried to, see what's going on with them. I've showered them with love. And I've tried to figure out, what they're trying to say to me, what's going on here. And this is really the moment where you say to yourself, okay, is this friend an unsupportive friend right now in this moment in time? Or have they always been like this? Is this their personality and who they are? Or are they just going through a rough time? Friends, you want to have friends that bring you joy and love and light into your life. They're not always going to be able to do that. No one's ever able to do that 24/7. But a friend should, for the most part, bring you more love and light and joy and laughter than anything else. And if you find yourself going, oh my God, I'm working so hard on this friendship and I'm giving them love and I'm doing this and I'm explaining this and nothing's changing with the friend, it continues to feel really unsupportive, then you have the right to say, you know what? Maybe this friendship isn't going to work. All right. So if you enjoyed this video, I have another video that I think you might enjoy, which is called Trust Yourself and Stop Seeking Approval and Validation. It's right here on the YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or comment below. And if you feel like, hey, I like what this woman has to say, this is pretty good stuff, then subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm here every single Thursday. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.